Hey, and thank you for clicking on this video. I'm Johnny Hazel, and this channel is dedicated to all things powerlifting, strength, and weightlifting. I am reviewing the Smolov Jr program today. This is a fantastic program. I've run it myself. I achieved great success with it, so I highly recommend it, and I'm really excited to review this and do a tutorial. So let's get started straight away on this program. Now, this is a variation on the original Smolov 12-week squat program. What it's done is it's taken one phase from that program and it's just implemented that. It hasn't done what they call the introductory phase, the mixing phase, or the intense. It's just focused on one block, one phase, and that's it. So that's the background of this information. If you're interested to find out more, check out in the description below. I've got a link to my website. I've done an in-depth analysis of this program that might interest you before you start doing this program. So let's look at the bench press. First thing you must do is choose whether you want to do it in kilograms or pounds. I'm going to choose kilograms. I created this pounds and kilograms because the original one did not have it and it really pissed me off. So we're going to put our max up here, be conservative. For example, if I did, let's say 150 for my bench, I'd put in 147.5, especially if this is the first time I run this program, and especially if I've not done high volume, high frequency training before. Okay, so what we do here is we start with these percentages in week 1, 70% of our 1 rep max, 75%, 80 and 85%. This is the weight that you're lifted, and this is the sets, and this is the reps. This is the volume tonnage, so how many kilograms you've lifted each week and in total, and this is the intensity, so this is the percentage of your 1 rep max. This is calculated by taking the weight that you've lifted that day and dividing it by your 1 rep max. We'll talk about that more in a minute. So let's firstly talk about how we progressively overload in this program. So in this column here, you can see we've added 10 kilograms, 20 pounds to the weight we lifted last week. So as you can see here, we're doing 112.5 kilograms because last Monday, week 1, we did 102.5, so we've added 10 kilograms. We can see in week 3, we've added 5 kilograms, so 10 pounds. We did 112.5 last week on Monday, so we're going to do 117.5 this week. So that's how we progressively overload in this program. Okay, so we can see in the rep set scheme here, I've done a little table in the corner right here. We do 4 sets of 9, 5 sets of 7, 7 sets of 5, 10 sets of 3. So we can see that we're doing very high volume here, high volume training sessions. It's 36 reps Monday, 35 on Wednesday, 35 again on Friday, and then on Saturday you do 30. Now these are, with exception to Saturday, the first 3 days of training is not only is it high volume, but they're also high rep sets. So we're doing 4 sets of 9 reps in powerlifting. That's very unusual. 5 sets of 7, again 7 reps. That's very high for powerlifting. 7 sets of 5, that's more manageable. Normally you do 5 sets of 5 instead of 7, and then 10 sets of 3. This is slightly more manageable, but when we look at the intensity percentages of our 1 rep max, you'll think differently. So don't be fooled by the fact that it's 5 to 6 reps less than the other days. We can see we do a total of 136 reps per week, and then we do a total of 408 reps throughout the 3-week period. Now let's look at these percentages right here. So this is very interesting because this really puts into perspective how difficult and how intense this program is. How we've calculated the intensity is by taking the weight that we're doing and dividing it by our 1 rep max. We can see that up here in the formula bar. We're taking D9 and we're dividing it by this cell right here. So we can see that we're doing 76% for 4 sets at 9. So 36 reps in total at 76% of our 1 rep max, and we're doing 9 reps each set. That's very unusual. In this sort of percentage range, we would do 5 reps, maybe 6, but most of the time 5. Let's check out Wednesday. We're doing 81% for 5 sets of 7. Again, 7 reps at 81% of our 1 rep max. It's very high. And we're doing 35 reps. Again, that's very high. And then we look at this, 86% of our 1 rep max for 7 sets of 5 reps. We would normally do maybe 3 to 4 reps in this sort of percentage range. And then we finish the week at 92% of our 1 rep max. We're doing that for 30 reps in total and 10 sets of singles. That is a lot of volume for max load, max effort training. Normally over 90% you might do 5 sets of 1, 6 sets of 1 or less than that. But this sort of percentage is very unusual. Then we look at week 3, we can see we're doing 80% for 9 reps, 4 sets. We're doing a total of 36 reps. 85% for 5 sets of 7. Again, that's very high rep sets and a lot of volume, 35 reps. We're doing 35 reps again at 90%. We're doing 5 reps 7 times. And then 95%, we're doing a total of 30 reps. We're doing 3 sets 10 times. That's a lot of volume and a lot of work to do it in that sort of intensity percentage range. So that really highlights just how intense this program actually is. So prepare yourself for this mentally. We're doing I would have done a total of 50,000 kilograms in terms of tonnage in just a short space of time, 3 weeks, 12 training sessions. That's a lot of work. You can run this program for a second time, which is why it's got this down here. My advice would be to chase a new 1 rep max once you finish week 3, then take a deload week, then enter a new 1 rep max in here and start the program again. So anyway, that's that done. Let's talk about the squat program. The squat program is slightly different, so it's not the exact same as the bench. So first thing you must do is put in your 1 rep max in pounds or kilograms. We are starting with the same percentages of our 1 rep max as we did in the bench press. However, it starts changing in week 2 and week 3. We'll talk about that now. So as you can see, instead of adding 10 kilograms like we did on the bench press, we're now adding 5 kilograms, so 10 pounds, which is slightly less. And then we look at week 3, we're adding 2.5 kilograms, so 5 pounds to the weight lifted from last week. So again, that's less than we did on the bench press. So that is why the percentages down here we can see in week 2 and week 3 are less than they are in the bench press. We do not enter that max load, max effort range, 90% plus at any point during the squat program. We stick in that sub-maximal range from about 75 to 85, 88% being the max there. So this is slightly less intense, the squat program, but that's because we're progressively overloading by less weight than we did in the bench press. We can also see here that we are doing fewer reps per set than we were on the bench press. We're doing 6 sets of 6, 7 sets of 5, 8 sets of 4, 10 sets of 3. We are also doing fewer reps overall by 3 reps. So instead of 136, we're doing 133. Instead of 408, we're doing 399 overall in the 3-week period. So we're doing less. You can see 6 sets of 6 instead of 4 sets of 9. We're doing 7 sets of 5 instead of 5 sets of 7. 8 sets of 4 instead of 7 sets of 5, but we are still doing the same 10 sets of 3 as we did on the bench press. Right, let's talk about each column. So this is the most important column. It just takes the data in this cell right here and rounds it, because you can see we've got this roundings formula here, to the nearest 2.5 if you're doing this program in kilograms, or to the nearest 5 if you're doing it in pounds, because you can't lift 134.75 kilograms. It doesn't exist. So that's what this cell is here. So this one is irrelevant. I'm not going to talk about this one. This one also is irrelevant, really. So the most important columns are the weight lifted, the reps and the sets, and that's basically all you really need to study in detail. Now, it recommends in this program that you can add a minimum of 5 in week 2, but you can add up to 7.5 kilograms. And we can see in here, in pounds, 15 pounds. If you feel like week 1 went really well and you were hitting all the sets, all the reps with no problem at all, you then might want to add a little bit more weight on. But if you are unable to achieve the same applies for the bench here. If you do not complete all the reps, all the sets that were stated here, and you are missing reps, then repeat that week again before progressing on to the next week. If you have missed maybe 1 or 2 reps here and there, but not a lot, maybe just due to the fact that you've got something wrong, then you might want to do 2.5 instead of 5 kilograms increase. Or if you're quite comfortable with doing 5, then just continue with 5. And the same applies for week 3. You might want to do 1.25 instead of 2.5. But you have to complete all the sets and all the reps. If you do not complete them, do not progress on to the next week. Reset, re-go again. If you are continue to struggle to complete the number of sets and you are failing to complete all the reps, then obviously your 1 rep max is wrong. So you might want to go to your 1 rep max and change it from 190 to 192 to 190 and just reduce it slightly and restart again, which is why it's so important to be conservative with your 1 rep max. So that's that really. This is the program. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you achieve good success with it. If you want to find out more about the Smolov Jr program, I've done a full in-depth review of it on my website, which I've got the link to below in the description below. I've got the link to my Instagram account down there. I post some cool stuff on Instagram. If you like the channel, if you enjoy the video, if you want to see more, get some exclusive stuff, join up as a Patreon. I've got the link in the description box below, so that could be interesting to you. And please do check out my website. I've got a lot of program reviews that I've covered in depth, as well as subscribing to my channel and turning on notifications, because I do release content weekly. Some of it you might find very interesting, so it's worth having that notifications on, and also it's much appreciated from me, because I fund this and do this all out of my own pocket by myself with no help whatsoever. So thanks for watching. Keep lifting, keep strong, have a lovely day.